distance, though, than just the O-line.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The defense was 30th overall. So you've got to find some guys who can stop a few people as well. And one GM in the league has told me consistently over time, Davis, it's always going to be a big man's game. They need some big people to fill those roles and start to help this team out.
You mean literally big people?
I'm talking big people, offensive, defensive linemen, to help them transform. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Gore. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now on second down, this is Gore. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And that is incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
How about the run Adam Vinatieri had? 2015, 25 straight to close it out. 2016, 19 more to set the all-time record of 44 straight field goals. He's been doing it for a long time. Could he be a first-ballot Hall of Famer?
Well, let me ask you, do you think so?
It would tell me that the game has evolved the way people think, and I think he deserves it.
So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Oh, it's dropped. He couldn't hang on. That would have been a big interception. Instead, they'll have a chance to get 3. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time. Bree's going to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Colts are going to... take over with a football. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Alex Okafor. It'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see. Tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen. Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays, too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Watch the run, watch the run.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Ready. We're waiting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play.
Ready. We're waiting. Alert.
Breeze now to throw.
We got three. Three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken very short. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 36. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
Man left, man left. 4 down. Alert.
From the gun, here's Luck. And he's got room. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
They go play action here on first down. Drops it underneath to Gore. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Luck gives to his running back, Gore. And they go backwards here, losing yardage that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Off of play action, Luck. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out, and this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage, so fortunately they're able to hold on to the possession.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
New Orleans offense working its way back out there. As we look at them ahead to 2018, as that wound to the end of 2017 continues to heal, Charles, they're going to have Kamara, Ingram, Thomas. If they have Breeze back at quarterback, this should be an excellent squad again.
It certainly should, and frankly, if the offensive line comes back healthy and intact, that's another big win for them, especially with their 2 tackles, Teron Armstead at left tackle, Ryan Ramczyk, who was a rookie last season at right tackle. They are loaded going forward. If they could get a real playmaker at tight end, that might be the last piece. And if that happens, I'd hate to be a defensive coordinator trying to game plan for them.
We got double tight. Ready? 5. We got 3 down.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Room to run past midfield. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognizes
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.